Welcome to my channel. Today we will see how to prepare an automated invoice system using Excel VBA. First we will create the invoice template. Now we will rename this first worksheet name as invoice template. Your company name, the company name in the B column, B1 cell. Then in the H1 cell we'll write invoice. Merge the H1 and I1 cell. Format painter, we'll apply the format painter here. Underline, invoice number, PO number, date, and terms in day. Here we can merge this cell. From here, merge and across. Just we will copy and paste it to the next three cells. For these cells, blue color, we'll make this bold and font color white. We'll make some border. From the more borders, we'll select this one for the outline and for this one for the inside lines. Okay. Invoice 2, here we will select 6 cells under the invoice 2. Then we will select this range from B9 to B14. We will give an outline. Now we can put our logo, company logo here. Here description, quantity, price, VAT, and then finally total excluding VAT. Quantity start in the F16 cell. Select this and format painter. We'll apply here. Also to this cells. We'll take 15 rows under these topics. So from here until 31, we will select from B16 to I31. From the more border, select this one automatic as black color, this outline, then this dot line for this one, this dot line for this one. Right. This cell B33, the customer message. You will take 4 rows for the customer message. Outside border for more borders. This one here and this one for the another 3 lines. Right. And here we will select these 3 cells G33 to I33. Will black color. Then after this here in the G34 subtotal and then VAT and finally total. Okay, right. Here the subtotal is going to be equal using sum function the total of this excluding VAT. The VAT is going to be using sum function again the total of this VAT. Then finally the total will be sum function the subtotal plus VAT. For this cell we'll give some border, single line here, double line here. We will give the currency format here also to these cells as well. Here apply the equation for the VAT. Let's take 20% VAT for each product using if function. If the quantity, if we fill the description and the quantity here, the quantity is not equal empty, it means if there is quantity filled, then the VAT will be the price into, let's take 20% or else empty. Same like, let's take the total excluding VAT. If the quantity is filled, let's take using if function, the quantity not equal empty, then quantity into price, that is really the total excluding VAT price or else empty. Let's apply to the all rows. Now here After the customer message, we will put our company details. Also in the G39 cell, payment details. We'll select this cell and double click in the format painter and we will apply this to here. The company details, here will be company number, telephone number and email. Then in the payment details, account number, bank, the code and the details. We prepare the invoice template here. Right, everything done. Here you can assign your company logo. Now we will select this range and from the page layout we can set this to print area. In the print area, set print area. Right. Now you can set this to print preview. You can see set the page layout of this invoice template. Printable in one page. Control P. You can set this. It should be in one page. Now the invoice template is ready. We will move to the VBA coding. The first one is we'll take another sheet and we will rename it as customers. Here we will record the customer details and this is the few customer details here we added. And in the invoice template, this is a table now. We will name this table as customer list. Okay, in the design, this customer list. Then we will select this custom name. There are two customer details there. Then we will select this two custom name. And in the name box, we will name this as customer name. Customer underscore name. Right, we will enter. When you select this customer name, it will be selected. Now, in the invoice template, in the B9 cell, we will take a drop down from data menu, the data validation list. The source will be equal customer underscore name. You can see this here. Custom names are updated here. When you update new custom names here, let's say Pequar Limited, you can see in the drop down the new customer names are updated here. Okay, here we will use some VLOOKUP function. Using VLOOKUP, the lookup value will be this B9 cell, which is the customer name. From the drop down, we will fix that cell, comma, the table array will be from the customer sheet. Select this table, comma, then the column index number will be, if we select the custom name ABC Limited, then address 1 will be in the B10 cell, then 1, comma, 0. Close friends, we will enter. Okay, we will select one of the customer detail here, ABC Limited. Then from here we have to put 2, that is from 2, right? This is the first row, this is the second row. Same as we will copy this formula, we'll paste it here, then this will be 3. We'll paste this here, this will be 4. Also here, then when we select the custom name only, address will be captured automatically. Here, we'll set this to left. We'll put the invoice number, let's say 1001. The invoice number is in the cell C3, not in the D3. PO number, PO, let's say 1001. Date, we will use today function for the date. Terms, we will give a drop down list. Source will be 15 days, comma 30 days, comma 45 days, comma 60 days. Those will be the terms. You can see them from the drop down. You can select them. Let's select 30 at the moment. We'll select these things and we will set them to right side. Now we will select one more sheet here, the third sheet. We'll name this as record of invoice. Here the first topic will be invoice number, company, amount, date issued, due date, then the paid details. Now we will go to the editor window, Alt F11, our VBA project named as book 1. So from here we will insert a module, right click and insert the module. Just double click it. We will name this module as MOD sales invoice. Right, we will enter. Here our first procedure is going to be sub procedure record of invoice. Now we will serve this Excel workbook as macro enabled workbook. File menu, serve as. We'll serve this in the desktop. We will name this file automated invoice system. Right. The file type will be macro enabled workbook. Right. We will move to the editor window. Here in the sub procedure record of invoice, here we will declare some variables. Okay, we will declare these variables in public before the sub procedure as public variables. Public, you can see in the template the invoice number, customer name, terms, date, and the total price. So invoice number as long as string. And you can see them in the record of invoice as well. Then the amount. Public amount as currency. Then public variable. What's the next one? Date issued. Date issued as date. Then the public variable. Terms as byte. Right? They all public variables declared. We can use this public variable for the all procedures in this module. Now we will assign the range for these each public variables in which cells these variables are there. The invoice number is in the cell C3. You can see in the name box cell C3. So invoice number is equal to range C3. Right? Then the customer name that is in the cell B9. You can see customer name is equal to range B9. Then amount is equal to range. Here you can see it is in the cell the total I36. You can see in the name box I36. Right. The next one is date issued is equal to range. You can see date issue here in the cell C5. Okay, terms in the cell C6. Range C6. Now we assign these variables. Now here after the sub procedure line, we will declare a variable in this procedure. So dim next record as range. Right? Now we will set this variable, set next record is equal, this next record is going to be here. Let's say this is the first record, the next record will be here. In the worksheet record of invoice, we will copy this sheet name. In the active workbook, dot the worksheets, in which worksheet? The copied worksheets, the record of invoice in this worksheet, from the A column, range A1 dot end open friend Excel up. So this is the last row of the A column, that is, you can see here the last is 1048,576. So here 1048,576. From the last row, then Excel is going up, then one row down using offset, only one row down. Right, this one we are assigning to next record. So you can see from the active workbook worksheet of this record of invoice, the range is from this range, then Excel is going up, then one row down. So invoice number will be in the A column. So we will assign the invoice number to the next record. Next record, invoice number. Also, we will assign the customer name to the next record, then offset one column. Next record dot offset only one column, so no changes in row. So comma space 1 close friend. This is assigned by this, the one that is company name. Right, then the next record offset open friend comma space 2. This is assigned by amount. Next record offset open friend comma space 3 close friend. This is assigned by date issue. Then again next record offset open friend comma space 4 close friend equal. This one is assigned by which one? The due date. How we are going to get the due date? Due date will be date issue plus terms. Date issue plus terms. Now here we will save the active workbook after recording the details. Active workbook.serve. Now we will compile this VBA project. Okay, no issue, we will save this. Now we will jump to the Excel file in the invoice template. From the insert menu, we will take a shape here. Okay, like this. The shape color, a blue color. Shape outline, no outline. The shape FX will give a bevel shape. Right. Right click and edit text. This is for the record of invoice. Now we will right click this shape, assign macro. We will assign the record of invoice procedure. Right, now the macro is assigned here. Now we will click here. Let's check the third sheet, record of invoice. The details are recorded here. The invoice number, company name, amount, date issue, due date. Right? Now we will go back to invoice template again. Now we will record this again. Okay. Now we'll check the record of invoice. It is recorded again. We don't want to record the same invoice details again and again. So I will delete this record. Only one record is here. What we are going to do here, I will declare two more variables, dim a comma b as range. Now here I will set them, set a is equal to, just we will copy this one. Right, enter. This is the A. Then we'll set B. B will be from invoice of template. We'll copy that. We'll paste it here. The invoice number, where's the invoice number here? In the cell C3. So cell C3. This one. Right? Now you can see there's a and b variable are assigned by this. Now here we will put an if function. If a not equal b, then we will select this and press tab key. After this, enter, shift tab, end if. Now it will be correct. Now we will check this. Already the details here. We will remove this one as well. Now there is no details. Now we will run this procedure record of invoice. Okay, you can see the record of invoice. It is added. Now we will click it again. It's not added again because the invoice number is already there. That's why we use this if function, so it is not added again. So the first procedure is successfully completed. The next one is we are going to save this invoice template after the first invoice completed as Excel file. So our next procedure is sub procedure save as Excel. Now we will declare two variables, file location comma file as string. You can see invoice number is in the cell C3 and the custom name in the cell B9. So invoice number is in the range C3. Also you can copy from here. Paste it here. Enter. Because we didn't declare these variables, invoice number and custom name here, because we declared this variable in public. So we don't need to declare here again. To save this as Excel file, we need to copy this Excel sheet, the invoice of template. So we will copy this sheet name. Here, worksheets. Paste that. Worksheets of invoice template dot copy. We are copying that worksheet. After copying that, there will be these shapes, that macro recording shapes. We have to remove these shapes before saving this as Excel workbook. So we will declare a variable dim shape as shape, enter couple of times, and tab. We will use a for statement here for each shape in active sheet dot shapes, enter, tab shape dot delete, enter, shift tab 2 times, then here next shape, enter, shift tab, right. Now we deleted each shape from this copied this worksheet. Invoice. Now we will assign to this declared variable file location. This is the location. I created a folder invoice in my desktop. So this is the file location. For the file variable, we will assign what will be the file name. File name will be invoice number. We will copy this invoice number and space within double quotes. Then there will be underscore, double quotes close, then a space. Then we'll copy this customer name, space customer name, enter. Okay, this will be in concatenate and percent. Here also will be and percent, right? Sorry. Then file name will be saved as invoice number underscore customer name in this location. Now we have to rename the sheet name of the copied workbook. So from the active workbook, the sheet 1, we are naming the sheet 1 dot name as invoice, right? So we are naming the sheet 1 name as invoice. Active workbook, right? Also, we are saving this active workbook dot save as, because this is not saved yet, the copied sheet workbook. Saved as, we are saving this as space the file name colon equal, you can see the file name here and the file format. The others are optional. Also all of these are optional. We will put the file name and the file format. File name will be the file location. This is the variable we declared and assigned by this path. Then the ampersand, then the file, comma, then we will save this as which type of file. The file format will be .xlsx. For the .xlsx, the file format code is 51. Now you can see we declared this variable file location and file. The invoice number and customer name are in this cell. This variable are assigned in the public. So we are copying the worksheet invoice and template to save this as Excel. Then we are deleting the shapes from this worksheet, file location and file name. Then we are naming the sheet name as invoice. Then we are saving this workbook in this location as .xlsx. The code is 51. Right. Now we will move to the workbook. We'll copy this shape. We will name this as save as Excel. Right click and we will assign the macro to this save as Excel, right? Now we will click this. Okay, error. Okay, active workbook dot seeds. Right. Now we will reset, save this, and we will run this again. Right. Now we will close this and we will check this in the appropriate folder, which is in the desktop. You can see this is in the folder, the Excel file. You can see this is worksheet renamed as invoice and the file name as the invoice number underscore customer name. Right. Pros and don'ts. So our third procedure is serve this invoice as PDF. After the sales, we have to save this as PDF. Here, new sub procedure, save as PDF. Here what we are going to do is as easy, we'll copy this declared variable and the invoice number customer name in the which cells. We'll copy this and we'll paste it here, and also the declared variable assigned by this location and this file name, we will copy and paste it here. Simple. Now enter a couple of times. The which range we are going to save as PDF from cell A1 to cell, this is the cell I43. You can see in the name box, from A1 to I43 cell we are going to save as PDF. So in active worksheet dot, the range is from A1 colon I43. In the active worksheet, from this range dot export as fixed format. Then space. What's the type we are going to export? Type colon equal Excel type PDF, comma space. Then the file name, you have to put the file name colon equal, what is the file name? File name will be file location and file. So file location, and then the concatenate character and percent space file, also then percent, then within the double quotes you have to save this as .pdf. Close the double quotes. Okay, here export as fixed format, no spaces. Right, now it is correct. Now we'll compile this. Active active sheet. Right, active sheet. Right, now we'll compile this and save this. Okay, now we will move to the Excel. We'll copy the save and we'll rename this as edit text, save as PDF. Right, now we'll assign macro to this save as PDF. Now we will check this, click this save. Okay, now we will check this in the folder. The folder, it is in this folder. Right, but what we want is, we'll delete this. We need this in the folder name slash PDF files. Right, this is the folder name. You can see here PDF files. Also we can copy this and we will paste it here. Right, we need this in this folder. We'll check it again. Right, in this folder, in this VBA file folder, it is there, renamed by invoice number underscore supply name. Right, Alt F11. Now we will go to the another procedure. Get the new invoice after saving these records and invoices. New invoice. We are going to change the invoice number. So the invoice number is in the range C3 in the invoice template. So that is equal to range C3. The variable invoice number already in the public as public variable. Now, when we run the procedure, the new invoice number should be increased by 1. So the new invoice number will be invoice number plus 1. So range C3 is going to invoice number plus 1. Then we are going to clear the details, but we are going to add in the next invoice. So we are going to remove the cells, range, then double quotes. Which one we are going to remove? The PO number. The date will be automatically using today function. No need to remove that. PO number, then terms, then the cell C4, C6, C4, comma space C6, comma, then what is the another one? Only we need to remove the supplier name, then another things will be automatically updated. Then we are going to remove the cells B9, comma, then the other details from the cell B17 to from the price column G31. So from B17 to G31. B17 colon G31. Close the double quotes and close plan. Dot clear contents. We are going to clear contents only. Right. After that, we will save this active workbook. Active workbook dot save. Right. Compile and save. Go to the Excel file. Here we will copy this. Save. Name this as new invoice. We will right click and assign this macro new invoice. Right. We'll select this save. From the format menu, align left and distribute vertical. Right. Now the macro is assigned for the new invoice. Okay, we will run this procedure new invoice. There's debug runtime error. We can't do that to a merged cell. So where is the issue? So okay, C4 and C6 are merged cell, right? So we'll reset and we'll save this. We'll come back here. The C4 and C6, those are merged cells. We'll unmerge them. We'll put left side. Also this one left side. Also this one left side. Now it is correct. Now we'll save this. Now we will run the procedure new invoice. Now it is correct. You can see the next invoice is created here. Other things are clear. PO number, terms, these details are clear. Okay, we will put if error before this. We'll put the if error for all. Now we will check here PO number 1006 terms. We'll select from the drop down 45. Here we will select a supply name ABC Limited. Okay. Here we can put some description, quantity or price 45. Right. Now we will check. We will run the procedure new invoice again. Okay, you can see all contents cleared. The next new invoice created from 1006 to 1007. Right. Now finally we will do one more thing in the editor window here. Here, one more sub procedure called next customer. Here we will call the all sub procedures here, which is record of invoice. We will call this sub procedure here. Press tab key. Okay, record of invoice. The next one is save as Excel. The next sub procedure, and the sub procedure is save as PDF. Another one finally, the new invoice. Okay, now we call all sub procedures under the procedure next customer. Now we will compile this and save. Move to the Excel. Right, we will copy this save here. We will resize this and change the color, fill color. Okay, this is next customer. Right, now we will assign the macro to this next customer, which is next customer. Now we don't need to click one by one. Actually, we need to record the whole invoice of the each invoices in the record invoice, which will be recorded here one by one for each invoice number. We have to save this as Excel and also as PDF. This will be in different folders. Also, after that, in order, this is in the order, you can see first it is recording the invoice. After that, only it is saving as Excel, then it is saving as PDF. Finally, after these three procedures only, it is running the new invoice procedure. Then finally, it will run the new invoice. It means all contents will be deleted. The new next invoice will be created here. So instead of these buttons, we don't need these buttons. We can click this next customer button only. Then it is enough to do all four procedure at once. Okay, we will do it one more time. Remove these records, and from this file we will remove this Excel file. From this PDF file we will remove this PDF file. Before running this next customer procedure, the calling procedure, in the save as Excel procedure, we will type after running procedure, the new Excel template is serving. It is in the open mode, so we have to close that. So active workbook dot close. Right. Instead of it, we will do here in the with statement active workbook. Then we will delete this. Right. We'll select 3 and press tab key. After this, enter shift tab end with. Now it is fine. Right, you can see, because I am closing this new workbook. which we are serving as Excel. Okay, now we can move to the final next procedure. Now we can call this in order: record of invoice, save as Excel, then save as PDF, then finally new invoice. Okay, now we will move to the Excel file. Now we can call the next customer. See, there is 1,001 is the invoice number. No records here, no files here in the PDF files, no files, Excel files here. I deleted everything. Now I will run this. 1,001 is the invoice number. Now the next invoice number is created, 1,002. You can see the record of invoice. That record is recorded here from the file. The Excel file is here. The invoice is saved as Excel file. Also, the invoice is saved as PDF as well. According to need, we can send the PDF invoice by email to our customers as well. Thank you for watching.